Hello everyone, welcome to our subject, Science 9. We are in third quarter, week 7, and our topic is constellation. My name is Dick Edward G. Sagala, teacher 2 from Baler National High School. Before we proceed, let us watch this video on 7 steps to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Alright, after watching this video lesson, you will be able to, number 1, infer some characteristics of stars based on the characteristic of the sun. And then infer the arrangement of the stars in a group or constellation does not change for a very long period of time. And observe how the position of constellation changes in the course of a night. And use the chart that shows which constellation may be observed at different times of the year. When we look at the night sky, we see thousands of stars. In reality, there are approximately 400 billion of stars in our galaxy, and there are about 170 billion galaxies. A person can only see about 3,000 stars in the average. These stars differ in many ways. We see stars of different sizes, colors, and brightness. Okay, let us look at this figure. Which star is bigger, the Sirius or Rigel? Can you really tell the size of the star by just looking at it? The second figure shows the size of the sun. Okay? Sun is the closest star to our planet compared to some other stars that we see at night, right? As we can see, the sun is so small compared to other nearby stars. Also, where is the Sirius? Here is the Sirius, and here is the Rigel. Okay, Sirius, which is appear to be larger than Rigel in the first picture, is so small. Okay, is actually very small. It only appear larger only because it is closer to us. Right?
CCT is measured in degrees Kelvin, and this temperature rating indicates what tone of white light will be emitted from the light fixture. When you hear people talking about warm white light, they're talking about a light source with a 2000 to 3000 K rating. At a temperature of 2000 K, the light will look very orange-yellow in color. As the temperature increases, the color shifts to yellow, yellowish white, white, and then to a bluish or cool white.
Alright. What does the color of the star means? And why do stars differ in brightness? Right? First, we study about the colors. Okay? As we can see in the video, the warmer stars have a reddish color. Alright? And then as the stars changes colors to bluish, it means that the star has a hotter color. Star color ranges from red to blue. The color of the star indicates its surface temperature. Right? This table shows the surface temperature and the color of different nearby stars, including the sun. Okay. Alright. We have sun, the color is yellow, and its surface temperature is 5,700 Celsius. Okay. The warmest, the coolest star is Proxima Centauri, which is color red, and its temperature is only 2,300 Celsius. As we can see, the color blue, Alnilam, has a surface temperature of 27,000 Celsius. Brightness, right? Imagine that we put two flashlights in different distance. One is near and other is far. Okay? We see that the near flashlight is brighter, right? Then imagine that we replace the far flashlight with bigger flashlight. Then it is possible that we see equal brightness, right? The brightness of the star, as we see from the Earth, depends on the two factors, the distance and actual brightness, right? Star's brightness, as seen from the Earth, is its apparent brightness. Let's take a look at Sirius and Rigel. To illustrate the effect of distance to apparent brightness, okay, compared to the Sun, Sirius is about 27 times as powerful as the Sun, but Rigel has the power of many thousands of the Sun. In terms of distance from the Earth, Rigel is about 100 times farther away than Sirius. Okay? In terms of apparent brightness, Sirius is about twice as bright as Rigel. Sirius looks very bright when viewed from the Earth because it is closer to Earth. What is a constellation? When you look at the sky, what do you see? Do you see image of animals or objects? Observers in ancient times also imagined group of stars that form pictures of animals, objects, and people. These imaginary groups of stars are called constellations. Many of these constellations have names that can be traced back to early Babylonians and Greek civilization. But nearly all cultures have different names for the constellation. For example, the Greeks have called the large constellation Orion, which means hunter and is prominent in the night sky all over the world during winter. Filipinos visualize the same group of stars as balatik, a trap used in hunting wild pigs. Also, Filipinos name the three stars in Orion Belt Tatlong Maria or Tres Marias. By observing sun's movement and position in the sky, we can tell what time of the day it is. When it seems to rise in the east, it is morning. When it is above us, it is noon. When it seems to move toward the west, it is afternoon. At night, stars also tell us the time, just like the sun. Stars also seems to move from east to west. Different star pattern through the year. An observer from Earth will be able to see the stars that are on the night side. The stars on the same side as the sun cannot be seen because sunlight overpower the starlights. Okay? During summer in the Philippines or in March, the constellation Orion and Taurus are not visible at night. They will be visible again as the cold season begins or Christmas season. During this time also, Scorpius are not visible in the night. As the Earth revolves around its orbit, the stars that are concealed by the bright light of the sun in the previous month will appear in the night. This is gonna be the night sky during March. The prominent The prominent constellation during March is the Leo. Okay. In June, the prominent constellation is the Scorpius. In September, the prominent constellation in the night sky is the Cygnus. In December, you will be seeing Taurus and Orion. While constellations were associated with religion, they also have practical uses. Before the calendar, people had no way of determining when to harvest, except by looking at this pattern in the sky. Ancient people developed a way to remember the patterns by giving these name and stories. For example, in Northern Hemisphere, the constellation Orion indicates the coming of cold season. The constellation made it easier for them to recognize and interpret patterns in the sky. For example, Gemini is seen in the Philippines during month of April and May. Farmers interpreted the appearance of Gemini as the end of planting season, and it signifies rich harvest. Okay. This other table uh, shows how Matigsalug Manobo of Bukidnon used the stars and constellation in relation to their agriculture. Okay. Another use of constellation was in navigation. The Polaris is widely used in navigation because it does not change its position at any time of the night or year. Also, one can figure out his or her latitude just by looking at how high Polaris appear in the night sky. This allows sailors to find their way as they sail across the seas. Now let us take a look at this beautiful quotation from Bert Hellinger. When we look at our parents, then we see that behind them are their parents, and behind their parents are other parents, and so on, through many generations. The same life flows through all of them until it reaches us. Okay? Somehow, in our lesson about constellations, when we are looking at them during the night, we can relate that constellation to our parents and the parents of their parents, and so on. Now we are ready for our short quiz. For number one, which star is the hottest? Letter A, red. Letter B, yellow. Letter C, white. Or letter D, blue. 5 seconds. The answer is letter D, blue. Very good. Number two, which star is very similar to our sun? Letter A, red. Letter B, yellow. Letter C, white. Or letter D, blue. The answer is letter B, yellow. Very good. Number three, stars can be found in large groups throughout the universe. What are these groups called? Letter A, solar system. Letter B, comets. Letter C, constellation. And letter D, asteroids. The answer is letter C, constellations. Very good. Number four, how do the constellations appear to move in the sky during night? Letter A, from east to west. Letter B, from north to south. Letter C, from west to east. And letter D, from south to north. The answer is letter A, from east to west. And for number five, according to the constellation chart, which constellation is prominent in the northern hemisphere during Christmas? Letter A, Leo. Letter B, Orion. Letter C, Scorpius, or letter D, Cygnus? And the answer is letter B, Orion. Very good. Okay. For your performance task, I want you to do this activity. Draw three constellations near the Scorpius. Okay. As you can see in this picture, I want you to go outside during the night around 8 p.m. and then find the location of Sabang and the Ascot Mountain. Okay. After finding the Sabang and the Ascot Mountain, you look at that upper side. Okay? In the upper side, you will be able to see the Scorpius. Okay? In this uh, in this picture, I already draw the Scorpius. So I want you to draw already. I want you also to draw the Scorpius in your paper, and then draw another three constellation that you will find. Okay? You will be scored according to the following. Number one, accuracy and position. I give you 3 points. Number two, correct name of the constellation. I will give you 3 points. And then I want you to submit this on time. So I will give you another 3 points. And I want your drawing to be neat and clean. So I'll give you another 1 point for the total of 10 points. For our next lesson, force, motion, and energy, define the following: speed, velocity, and acceleration. Uh, Write your answer in your notebook and be ready for recitation. See you in the next video. Bye!